It's a road trip football Friday for the Tigers, who come off their first win of the season and a great performance on senior night last week against Rock Creek.
First down and goal. In motion, Frederick. Hand off Dylan Moon. Can he do it again? His second touchdown of the night. He is in! Touchdown Tigers! Touchdown! Clay Center Tigers! Dylan shoots the Moon, shoots it into the goal line for the second time tonight.
That touchdown put the Tigers ahead to stay, and then it was secured on an interception to close it out.
Ball fake, pressure comes, he fires across, it is picked off, it is taken away. The Tigers have the pick, and the football, and the ball game, and it is picked off by the Tigers freshman, J.W. Jackson.
The Tiger pregame is here. The Tigers travel on the road to face the Hesston Swathers. Pregame is being brought to you by Cloud County Community College, RW Pest Control, D&D Sandblasting and Painting, and GN Bank. Stay tuned. Our pregame talk with Coach Ted Brown is next.
Start here at Cloud County Community College and invest in your future. When you choose Cloud for your first 2 years of college, you're choosing savings. 2 years of tuition costs at Cloud are nearly $10,000 less than 2 years at a Kansas Public University. Not only can we save you money, but we can offer you scholarships and financial aid to help finance your education. Let us help you explore your options and make your academic goals affordable. For more information, call Cloud's admissions office at 1-800-729-5101 or check us out at cloud.edu.
Hey folks, Bill Rice from the Green Team. Want to let you know about some great specials we have going on right now in our service department. How about this? Buy 3 tires and get the 4th one absolutely free. Or you need an alignment? We've got alignment special during the month of October for only $59.95. That's a 4-wheel alignment. We also have a special on our recommended maintenance. You can get $20 off any recommended maintenance. So come out and see us at the Green Team, 802 West Crawford, or check us out online at greenteamcars.com.
Hey Clay Center Tigers fans, join us at famous Otto Unruh Stadium on Friday nights this season as we cheer on the Tigers and help them build on last season's success. I'm Brett Hupka, and on behalf of the staff at GN Bank, we're proud to stand with the Clay Center Tigers, their coaches, and their families. Our team at GN Bank supports the Tiger team on the field and in the classroom. Best wishes for an outstanding season and school year from your friends at GN Bank, the best place to bank and borrow, member FDIC.
Here at RW Pest Control, being locally owned and operated means taking pride in our community and being thankful to serve and support the areas where we grew up. Our priority is protecting your home or business against the threat of unwanted pests and rodents. We know you'll be happy with our service, and you may be surprised by how much we can save you. RW Pest Control is a proud supporter of the Clay Center community and Tiger Athletics. Call us today for your free estimate or visit us online at rwpestcontrol.com.
Back on Tiger pregame and joined now by the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers, Ted Brown. Coach, first off, congratulations on win number 1. I know it took longer than you wanted it to, but it's got to feel really good this week.
Yeah, it took quite a bit longer than I wanted to, but it does feel good. It's nice to get the monkey off your back and get the first one out of the way, and hopefully it's first of many.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have to like the way it happened. 2 teams coming in, clawing and fighting and getting better and trying to think maybe this is the one we get one on the board. And you guys jumped out quick, and then they counterpunched. And to be able to stand through some adversity, because when you've lost games as you guys have, played well for a while, first half in particular, and seen it turn around, sometimes a team can just say, oh, to heck with this. And your guys have just not done that, I don't think. Really, outside of the game when we went on the road to Halstead, and I know that was a disappointment, but to come back from that game and then to come back from falling behind last week and to cap it off with the win, you got to be proud of those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. It was. I thought for a minute we might go ahead and pull away and let some freshmen play, but it didn't work out that way. But then you're right. After that Halstead game, we had talked about it. It was pretty disappointing just how we came out and our, at some point our effort and our physicality, and for them to answer the bell like that this week and come back, and you're right. We did get down, and when things don't go well for a team all year, it's easy to say, here we go again, and kind of throw your hands in the air. But our kids didn't do that, and I think that is a testament to them and their toughness and their resiliency. So I'm very, very proud of them. 253
yards on the ground for you guys, led by the senior Dylan Moon, who I I don't think I'm stating anything he would feel was wrong or embarrassing. This was the best football game of his high school career, and it comes on senior night when you guys are fighting to find a way to win, and he just stepped up time and time again for you guys.
It was really awesome to see him to play that well, and you're absolutely right. Have his best game on senior night, and to kind of put us, on his back like he did, and do that. And the O-line, to see the O-line block like they have never blocked before, and it was a really cool thing to see. And I was really happy for all the seniors to get a win on senior night, but for Moon to play that well on senior night was a pretty special deal.
I'm glad you mentioned the line, because there's times they only get pointed out when they play poorly, it seems like. It's almost unfair at times, but they did step up and really guide you down the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Collectively, they did a great job. You look out there, and we got some really young guys out there. And Logan McDonald had some pancakes. He played very well, and then his brother on the opposite end played pretty well. We got some seniors out there, Braden Dorman and Luke Hoppus, and then Ryan Binfer, a freshman, came out there and played really, really well for us. Tillman Hartner played well. And then Morgan Seabold has really turned the corner for us at center, and he's played exceptional as well. So we got quite a few guys that have stepped up, and the nice thing for me looking forward is quite a few young guys.
Yeah, without a doubt. Great win for you guys on Friday night. And I guess we'll note real quickly, we'll talk about all the passing or the rushing yards, but you were efficient through the air, 72 yards, but a big touchdown pass early kind of set the tone for you guys.
Yeah, Cooper's a really good quarterback. He can put the ball in a really tight window, and then he puts it on our guys to catch it. And we dropped a couple. We had a couple opportunities where we probably missed, but we were pretty efficient. And just offensively, we were clicking. And that's the first time you could say that all year, and that was really fun to watch.
Let's talk about the matchup coming up tonight against Hesston. This is a team that has been traditionally strong, struggled a little bit early, and I think people saw scores and thought, oh, this team's down. And you and I have already talked. That is not the case at all. They've gotten a couple of guys back, and they're playing at a very high level right now. Yeah, no, when they had two of their best players out, and that's kind of, they had a little lull there, and that's why. It has nothing to do with their talent or skill level. They just had a couple guys banged up, a couple guys injured. They're a really good team, and when they're healthy, I think they'd be able to compete with most of the 3A teams. And yeah, as you said, they're traditionally one of the teams that is going to be there in November, and it's going to be a big challenge for us this week. You guys have had a year where you've come back and you've said your guys work hard every week, and come back and go to the grind, and they've always got a bounce in their step, but it had to have a different feel when they showed up on Sunday to talk it over and then just to come out on the practice field. Good weather this week for you guys and coming off a win. Yeah, the kids are really excited. They're a little squirrely, but I mean, that's just, you can tell they're excited, which is fun to see. And the weather is beautiful. Right now, I'm outside talking to you. It's a beautiful day, so excited about that. Well, it should be a fun one tonight, and they get to play on a college football field. Just a bonus, I guess, for both teams. Coach, as always, we appreciate the time. Great win last week, and let's go get them tonight. All right, thank you very much. Back with more on pregame in just a moment.
Many seed companies claim to offer the latest genetics, but how many have tested those genetics in soils just like yours? The Oldie Seed Know to Grow research program has fully tested the latest seed genetics in soils that are right in your neighborhood. The Oldie Seed Know to Grow program can recommend the best performing hybrids from technologies like Enlist, Extend, and Liberty Link that will optimize the yield and profit of every acre on your farm. Contact Oldie Seed today.
Clay County Medical Center is excited to show you the new additions and improvements that have been made to their facility for Phase 2. They welcome you to their open house Sunday, October 21st from 1 to 4 p.m. Come see the new lab, ER, walk-in clinic, specialty clinic, and outpatient treatment center. They're building for a healthy future.
Clay County Medical Center, our family, caring for yours.
Whether you're you're buying, building, remodeling, or refinancing, your home is a major investment in your life. At United Bank and Trust, we understand how important it is to work with someone who cares. Our loan officers have the experience it takes to make the process a smooth one. Come in for a visit or start online by filling out a loan application at ubankonline.com in as little as 20 minutes. Mortgage lending with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Why crawl like a spider through the web when you can fly like a bat? It's frightening when you realize how much time you're wasting with slow internet. Get a scary good deal on Pulse Internet with Twin Valley. Take advantage of the savings with an eerily perfect Halloween deal and sign up for 100 megabits per second or Pulse Gig Internet service. Sign up for Pulse Internet and automatically get entered to win some cool prizes if you sign up between now and October 31st and get 2 months free. Don't wait. Call now. 800-515-3311.
A Football Friday from Bethel College here in Newton. Rocky Downing along with Zach Elzinga, Ched Carlson. Our studio engineer is Bernie Fancello. The Clay Center Tigers travel on the road to the home of the Bethel Threshers to take on the Hesston Swathers. We are in farm country right now, Ched.
Yeah. Well, the Hesston Swathers has always been one of my favorite nicknames. I mean, for years and years and years, but here we are. It's a very beautiful facility here in the KCAC, but the home of the Bethel Threshers.
Yeah, and the Hesston Swathers are going to kick it off to the Clay Center Tigers at, from what we could tell by the coin toss, we're a long ways away. A little different than our normal setup on high school football Friday nights. It appeared the Tigers won the coin toss and chose to receive the football. So they'll be going from left to right here on your dial as the Hesston Swathers left-footed kicker puts a shoe into it, and the Tasty Pastry kickoff is going to be taken back by Tanner DeMars at the 20-yard line, returned to the sideline right, out around the 32-yard line, and that's where the Tigers will take over offensively. This Hesston team is 4-3, but they've played quite a bit of the year without their two big guns, their quarterback and their running back. They're back and in full health, and they are a dangerous duo.
Well, I think they're dangerous enough that it could skew the record. You know, I think they're that good. They are that important to this team. I think the only reason they don't have more than 4 wins is because those guys weren't able to play till 3 games ago.
Cooper Glavin is the quarterback. Dylan Moon had the triple-digit rushing yards last week, the 2 touchdowns in the second half, led them back to the win, 27-21, their first victory of the year. You have to the left side Jake Ferguson, to the right Blake Frederick. Wide right at receiver is Ethan Straub, and now we have a stop of play by the officials.
The clock did not move off of 12 with that kickoff.
So they'll have to re-cue this. They've got the play clock set. They have the clock ticking down to 11:55, and I think now we're about ready to go. Let's give you your offensive line. Luke Coppas to the right side, still battling that knee, but still going. Keegan McDonald, the center, is Morgan Seabold. To the left is Logan McDonald and Tillman Hartner. And now we've got to stop a play again. I think we're about ready to go. Dalton Brumfield in that front row as well. The Tigers going big up front. Frederick starts in motion, now returns back to the right wing position as Glavin looks to the sideline for the call from the coaching staff, and now the players look to that wristband. Common play call by the Tigers. Put a man in motion, read the defense a little bit, then make the call. Glavin fakes it, keeps it, and is crunched right at the line of scrimmage. Not much on the first down carry for the Tigers. It'll be second down and 9 yards to go.
A bit of a bread and butter play for the Tigers, but instead of giving to the fullback that time, Cooper Glavin kept it. He was able to pick up maybe 1 yard by pulling the ball out of the belly of the fullback and keeping the ball off the inside of the guard.
Again, Ethan Straub is the wide receiver to the right side, with Frederick and Ferguson, the wingbacks. Moon behind quarterback Cooper Glavin, goes in under center Morgan Seabold. Handoff left side. Moon gets it out near the 35-yard line, a gain of maybe 2. It'll bring up third down and 7 on this opening series for the Tigers, who took the football to begin.
Yeah, the Tigers want to make something happen by taking that ball, and you know, we were keeping Hesston's offense off the field, but we want to keep them off the field for more than 3 downs and punt.
Third down, 7. Glavin under center. They have the wide receiver left in Trevin Shirley, the senior, and then Ethan Straub off to the right side. Down to 8 seconds on the play clock. They're still trying to get the play into the Tiger offensive unit. 2 seconds, 1 second. They will get it off, and rolling the pass left is Glavin in some trouble. Pressured, fires off his back foot, and it is going to be incomplete, trying to hit Trevin Shirley. He thought he was maybe tackled early before the football got to him, but it is incomplete. And fourth down, the Tigers forced to punt on their opening possession.
Well, first of all, I was amazed we got that play off. I didn't think we would, but he got it off right as the play clock was hitting 0. And then he rolled to his left. Trevin Shirley did a good job of running his route to the yard down marker for the first down, just out of his outstretched arms.
Cooper Glavin will punt it, fourth down and 7. He stands at his own 27-yard line. Line drive kick that's going to bounce, taken at the 25-yard line. The return to the outside right, a little bit of an angle. Dalton Brumfield will track him down. And that senior again, he's like he just cleans things like a broom. Should be Broomfield instead of Brumfield, the way he cleans things up on the defensive side. It's a big tackle because there was an alley to the outside right there.
Yeah, we had a couple guys that didn't have a real good angle of pursuit, and they got downfield almost too fast at the wrong angle, if that makes sense. They got about an 18-yard return out of that, but Dalton Brumfield, if he would not have gotten him out of bounds on the sidelines, it would have been a lot more.
Hesston will hope to have a big dose of Parker Roth, a 5'10", 195-pound senior. He was one of the guys that had been out early. They handed off to him here quickly, and he's going to take it through the middle. Dylan Moon, shoot the moon, goes in and takes him down at the 45-yard line. It will be a gain of 2 on the first down carry. Hesston starts at the Tigers' 48-yard line, takes it to the 46. It is second down, 8 to go.
A really good stop by the Tigers there. A couple of names we expect to call a lot tonight. Parker Roth, who you just called, and their quarterback, Cameron Cox. Both of those guys are very valuable to this team.
2 receivers wide to the right side, staggered, and 1 wide left with Roth, the 1 back in the backfield with the quarterback, Cox. Cameron Cox from the gun. And again, it's handed off inside, and now a little counter play started right. Now Roth bounces off a tackle, keeps his feet to the 30-yard line, to the 25, breaks another inside the 20, and Hesston has it all the way down to the Tiger 18-yard line. Big carry by Roth. Looked like they had him 2 or 3 different times, Chet. He just kept breaking tackles.
Roth is he's one of those running backs that's not real tall. He's just very strong, and I bet we had at least 3 busted tackles on that play.
Hesston going quick to pass. Cox flyers out in the flat, has a receiver to the 10-yard line. Down to the 5. Straub couldn't make the stop, and into the end zone will go the Hesston Swathers on their first possession. Grady Taves, the catch in the flat, then ran for 12 yards on his own, broke a couple of more tackles. Tigers having trouble making tackles outside.
Well, Hesston went bread and butter until that last play, and that may be part of it. We know that they mainly, when they pass, they throw short passes.
Right.
And that was a short pass out there. A little opening to Brady Taves, and he didn't have too hard of a time getting to the pylon.
Dump and dink passing game when they do, and that time it paid off with a touchdown. Here's Cox with the carry for the 2-point conversion. He walks in untouched. The Tigers trail here 8-0. 9:28 remains in the opening quarter. Clay Center gets the football back when we return.
Having a good quality coat of paint on your stock trailer, hay trailer, or semi-grain trailer will extend its lifespan and value. Let B&D Sandblasting use their expertise and specialized equipment along with high-quality primer and paint to revive and renew your trailers. B&D Sandblasting can take your old trailer and make it look like new and maintain its function and value. Give Brian Moon a call at B&D Sandblasting in Clay Center, 632-0696.
The agronomy professionals at Wilbur Ellis are ready to help you clean up your fields and prepare for winter in the coming spring. Now's the time to find out what your soil needs to keep up with the nutrient needs of the next crop. Wilbur Ellis has many site-specific soil test and mapping options, as well as standard soil testing. Plus, applying fertilizer in the fall will decrease the chance of loss and congestion for next spring's crops. I'm Blaze with Wilbur Ellis. We're here to serve you in every season.
Well, not the start the Tigers wanted. 3 and out on their first offensive possession, and then not many plays later. How many plays on that drive, Zach?
It was 3 plays, 47 yards.
Wow. A couple of runs, a little pass play, and they take it in. Here's Tanner DeMars from his own 16-yard line to the 30. Now a little stagger step, trying to get to the 35, and runs into really a whole pile of Swathers right there, and they take him down at the 32. Tigers take over about the same position they started last time. 1st and 10, they trail 8-0.
Well, that's 2 kick returns for Tanner DeMars, about identical. Took both of them about the 15, 16-yard line, returned them out just past the 30-yard line. Good field position for the Tigers to start out. It's just kind of fizzled in a hurry on the last possession.
Tigers have a tight formation with one receiver wide off the left side. That is going to be Tanner DeMars. Under center, Cooper Glavin. 1st and 10. He will pitch it out left to Jake Ferguson. Gets a block from Blake Frederick to the 40-yard line. Shakes the tackler. Out to the 45 goes the daredevil, Jake Ferguson, and 1st and 10 yardage. First real positive play from the offensive scrimmage for the Tigers.
Oh, absolutely. It was a great run by Jake Ferguson. Now, there's some good blocks out there. I didn't see who got them, but Jake played off the blocks, and he cut back inside. Then he did a little move to shake a tackler, picked up 13 yards on the play.
DeMars now wide to the right side. Down to 13 seconds on the play clock. Opening quarter with 8:57 to work. Tigers down 8-0, but with the football at their own 45. Handoff underneath, Kenny Mullen. And he is going to be strapped down after a gain of maybe 2, possibly 3 yards. Nearing the midfield stripe, it'll be 2nd down and 7. So Gunny the carry that time off the left side, and some good yardage. That's a keep him honest play after the big play outside, and now you get some chances to maybe call some plays in and out. 2nd down, 7 after the 3-yard gain by Mullen. Clock ticking here in the opening quarter, 8:25. Tigers down 8-0. Play clock down to 6-5. They snap it and pitch right side for Ferguson. He is sandwiched as he moves across the midfield stripe. Does take it to the 47 of Hesston. Brings up 3rd down and 4, but he was really punched by 2 Swather defenders.
He really was. We very seldom see Jake Ferguson get the ball on a pitch where he can cut it upfield right over the tackle there. Normally he's going wide and cutting out just outside the end or outside in that area of the field. That time he cut it up. Decent yardage pickup for the Tigers, though. 3rd and makeable. 3rd and 4.
3rd down, 4 to go. 3-yard gain by Ferguson. Ethan Straub in now at wide receiver. In motion goes Blake Frederick. Option play. Glavin keeps it. Dives forward. He's going to be short of the 1st down marker by about a yard. He takes it to the 45 of Hesston. I would imagine at this position we go quick and we go for it, right?
I think we go for it, absolutely, and we probably go quick. 4th and 1.
Glavin under center. Hard snap count. Now backs away, so we'll see if the Tigers do go for it. A lot of times they rush to the line of scrimmage, snap it quick and go. This time they have on a hard count, backed away. Now Glavin back in there. They are going to go. They hand off to Gunny Mullen. 1st down yardage for the Tigers as Mullen takes it inside the 45-yard line. Off the left side of the line, the guard and tackle Logan McDonald, and I believe Dalton Brumfield out there that made the alley for Mullen to run through 1st and 10.
I think Cooper Glavin had the green light. If he saw it there, he didn't see it, so he backed off. They called a different play, gave it to Gunny. He picked up 3 yards. We only needed 1.
Tigers trail 8-0, but marching here in the opening quarter. Now down to 6:45 to go, first period. 1st down 10 at the Hesston 42-yard line. Here's Glavin, and he options to keep it, and he is tackled in the backfield. A big stick by the Swathers that time in the backfield, able to punch through. That is Blake Martin with the tackle, and Glavin loses 4.
Cooper Glavin had no time to do anything. After he made the decision to pull and keep that ball, he was smothered. But he was smothered by one man, and that man smothered him hard.
Linebacker came shooting through and found a hole, and nobody touched him, and he had a big hit on Glavin. It'll be 2nd down, 14 to go. The football now back at the 45-yard line of Hesston. Glavin, back to pass. Stands in the pocket now, has to tuck it and run it. Fires out to the right side, trying to stiff arm his way free, and he's going to be brought down beyond the midfield stripe, this time tackled by Parker Roth, the Hesston running back who plays at linebacker as well. And Glavin had a little look downfield, and then it crumbled in a hurry.
It really did. Now, after two plays of losses, we're looking at 3rd and 19. The Tigers have a little ways to go, a little bit of work to do here.
Ethan Straub will sprint out to the left side wide. That's the wide side of the field. 3rd down, 19 to go for the Tigers. They need the 31. The football now resting at Clay Center's own 49-yard line. Play clock is down to 3, 2, 1. Tigers do get it off. Here's Glavin. Pitch out left side, Ferguson. Couple of blockers out in front, but he's tackled at the midfield stripe. Maybe gets a yard. One man was able to shoot through and just keep him in check. He had a couple of blockers in front. Couldn't make the one-man miss. 4th down and long, Tigers will be forced to punt for the second time.
Well, the Tigers got a little bit of something going there for a while. They moved the chains twice. You know, they had a couple of big plays picking up first downs, and then they kind of fizzled on this last series of downs. Now find themselves punting the ball.
Glavin will punt it, and he does rifle one downfield. This is going to bounce at the 5 and check up, and then back out to the 12. Hesston almost jumped in there on a loose football. Ethan Straub quickly down to dive on it in case they might have touched it, but it will be Hesston starting from their own 14-yard line. A lucky bounce for the Tigers, and then it became almost unlucky.
Yeah, it kept coming backwards too much. When it hit right at the 5.5-yard line, we're thinking, don't go into the end zone. It checked up, but then it just started. It was like backspin on a pitching wedge or something, you know.
Began matriculating backwards for some reason, but
I can't say it.
1st and 10, Hesston. They will start from their own 13-yard line.
Tigers with an opportunity here. We have good field position on Hesston. We need to come up with a defensive stop.
Swathers will hand it off outside to Roth, and now he splits through a seam, and he may be gone to the 40-yard line. He's to the midfield stripe. Nobody's going to catch the senior running back, and he has taken it now 77 yards and to the zone, and I see no yellow hankies on the field. That is going to be Hesston going up 14-0.
Yeah, that actually that's not what I meant when I said we need to make a defensive stop. We have him down there. That's an 87-yard run.
Yeah, I said 77. It's 87 yards.
87-yard run by somebody that we figured was going to get the ball.
Right. Yeah, he is the man they want to run all night long if they can, and he just went 87 yards and left the Tigers behind him. And so 14-0. Hesston does line up to go for the 2-point conversion here. 14-0 they lead. They had the 2-point try last time. Cameron Cox, the quarterback, took it in. He now stands in the gun, and it's going to be a counter play, and nobody had an eye on Grady Taves, who walks in with nobody around the football. And Hesston has gone up 16-0. Tigers will get the football back here at Bethel College. The Tigers take on the Hesston Swathers, trailing 16-0 when we come back.
Your farm truck or semi is an important part of your farm operation. At TSI Kansas, we know the importance of fixing it right and at a fair price. If your truck needs repairs or service, you can trust the skilled mechanics at TSI to get it done right. You can rely on TSI for fast, friendly service every time. Call today at 785-632-5183.
Robbins Motor Company of Manhattan is a proud supporter of Tiger football. It's time for their Ram Power Days. Get to Robbins Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat. Come test drive the all-new 2019 Ram truck, the longest-lasting truck in America, now priced to move with Ram Power Days discounts and 0% for 72 months. Now is the time to buy. See their complete inventory online at robbinsmotors.com or come visit them on West Anderson in Manhattan. Good luck, Tigers.
Hesston will kick the football off for the 3rd time in this game. They opening kickoff, the Tigers were 3 and out. Then Hesston scored on 3 plays, and then 1 play after the last punt, the 87-yard run from Parker Roth, and it's 16-0. Hesston with the lead. Here's DeMars again to return. Got a great block outside from Blake Frederick. He'll take it this time across the 35-yard line. DeMars a good return, but it's been an efficient couple of drives, to say the least, for the Hesston Swathers.
Well, we are killing them in time of possession in this game because their offense has not been on the field hardly at all. That last time it was 1 play, 87 yards, but before that it was 4 plays and 47 yards. So they've only had their offense on the field a little over a minute, I'm ashamed to say.
4:14 to work. Yeah, 4 plays, Zach, 2 scoring drives.
4 plays in just over a minute.
3 plays on the first scoring drive, and then the one hit by Parker Roth for 87 yards. 16-0. Hesston leading. The Tigers do have the football from their own 35. Here's Glavin, rolling left, wanting to pass. Stands in the pocket, has time, fires downfield, looking for Jake Ferguson, and he just overthrows him. Single coverage out there. They had a guy underneath, but the defender on Ferguson was about a stride behind. They just couldn't hook up that time.
Yeah, and you know, Cooper Glavin has a great arm, and he can just flip that ball, and it can go quite a ways downfield. It would have been nice if he would have had about another half a second, you know, where he could have, because he had to dump that ball a little quicker than he wanted to.
Glavin will go under center as the play call comes in from the sideline. Clock stops at 4:08 to go, first quarter. The Tigers trailing 16-0. Glavin has a receiver to both sides. He will fake it underneath, keep it himself, now falls forward for a gain of maybe 3, second down and 7. Just under 4 to work first quarter. Tigers again trailing here 16-0. 2 very quick drives for Hesston. 3 plays. They took it in on a pass play after they had set it up on the run from about 13 yards out. Then the 87-yard run from Parker Roth on that last possession. Now the Tigers, who have punted twice already, faced with 3rd down and 7 from their own 39-yard line. Play clock is down to 6. Glavin. Pitch out left for Frederick. Gets through a seam and now runs by a tackler and over a tackler and appears to have picked up the 1st and 10. Nice run by the sophomore. That'll move the chains as they move it outside the 45-yard line to the 47.
I'm going to reach for all the victories I can get tonight, and right now I'm going to say we are killing them in time of possession, and we have more first downs than they do.
1st down and 10. They start Ferguson in motion, then again make their way back to the line of scrimmage to get the play call. 15 seconds on that play clock. 3:10 left to work. First quarter. Tigers trail 16-0 with the football. Back to pass, rolling right. Fires out in the flat. Has a receiver that's Blake Frederick near the 45-yard line and campers out of bounds at around the 47. A gain of 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
That was a pretty play. That was a pretty play all the way around. Blake ran a good route. Cooper rolled out nice. He had a little pressure on him, but he had enough time. Blake caught it with his hands. He got all the yardage he could before he went out of bounds.
3:02 to work. We're in this first period. Tigers down 16-0. But they have the football on the move again. Now, last time they had the football to the 40-yard line of Hesston, and a couple of plays for losses really punched them back. Now the ball's on the ground, and Hesston has come up with it. Glavin trying to option pitch. He was almost wrapped up. His arm caught down by his side, tried to flip it to Jake Ferguson last second and just couldn't get it to him.
Yeah, he was trying to get that ball out there to Jake Ferguson, but his arm got restricted. He was not able to execute the pitch. The ball just fell on the ground, and the defender was right between him and Jake Ferguson. Easy jump on the ball. Hesston takes over at the 49-yard line.
2:56 left first quarter, and the Swathers now have it at their own 49, but taking over after the Tigers for the second straight trip offensively had been moving the football, but now give it up on the fumble. Cameron Cox from the shotgun. He's waiting for Grady Taves to join them on the field. He brings a play in. Play clock down to 11 seconds. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Roth, the running back beside Cox. And a double reverse. It's going to be Taves with the carry. Gets a block from Roth. He'll take it across the midfield stripe. A lot of razzle-dazzle for a gain of about 2 or 3 for the Hesston Swathers. I am surprised.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that after what they've done that they do this?
As I pick my jaw up off the ground here, they can just get it to Parker Roth and run 87 yards almost any time they want to. They've proven so far tonight, and they do this razzle-dazzle.
Now Cox is going to keep it on the shotgun. He is tackled in the backfield. Big-time hit for the Tigers. 2 back there to make the play. Keegan McDonald and Logan McDonald. Big Mac and Keegan go in there and make the play.
The McDonald brothers, I just nominated. We put them on the list as the big hitter of the night.
Absolutely, I agree. A loss of 3. 3rd down. Back to pass. Cox across the middle. Gets a receiver. Puts it on the money. And the receiver takes some punishment from Jake Ferguson and still hangs on to the football. That's Taves again. 1st and 10, Hesston.
Hey, what, this Grady Taves, they only have 8 seniors, as do we.
Right.
But this Grady Taves, we didn't know anything about him. He's made a presence in this game.
Cox this time rolling right, wanting to pass again. Fires across the middle, nearly picked off by Jake Ferguson. It will fall incomplete.
Tigers are playing some zone back there. A lot of cover, too, by the Tigers. And as on that previous play, Hesston did a great job of just hitting the open spot right in the middle.
You try to read the minds of coaches and why they're doing some things at this point of the ball game when you're up 16-0 and you use 4 plays to go on those 2 scoring drives. Now you're grinding it out, passing it more than you're running it. They were going to pass again this time. So are they thinking to themselves, this is a gimme, and you start throwing funky stuff for people to scout? Would it be that thought?
I think they're getting ready for next week.
Yeah, the playoffs begin next week.
Yeah, I think we got a false start on Hesston there. So, we got an opportunity. I mean, we want to stop this offense without them scoring.
Well, especially since the Tigers have been able to move the football the last two series.
We really have.
Got it into Heston's end of the field, just stalled on once the two lost yardage plays and then the fumble the last possession. Now Cox will keep it himself through the middle, and he may be breaking free to the 20, the 15. Cameron Cox, the quarterback, takes it in, and Hesston, with 1:41 to go in this opening quarter, have gone up 22-0. They fake this time to Roth, and then through the middle, the Tigers, a little bit of reach, arm tackling, and it doesn't work against these guys.
No, there's two things going on. I want to give Heston's line credit because they are blowing out the linebackers. They're big, physical line, and if these linebackers don't have their head on a swivel, they're going to get clocked.
Here's Cox. He will give it to Roth right side, and he just kind of steps his way by one defender, cuts it inside, and the 2-point conversion is good. And Hesston is now up 24-0. 1:41 left. Opening quarter. Tiger football continues in just a moment.
Many seed companies claim to offer the latest genetics, but how many have tested those genetics in soils just like yours? The Oldie Seed Know to Grow research program has fully tested the latest seed genetics in soils that are right in your neighborhood. The Oldie Seed Know to Grow program can recommend the best performing hybrids from technologies like Enlist, Extend, and Liberty Link that will optimize the yield and profit of every acre on your farm. Contact Oldie Seed today.
When you download the Ray's Apple Market app, you step into a world of savings and rewards. Get instant coupons on everyday household products and a variety of grocery items throughout the store. Pretty sweet deal, huh? Speaking of treats, the Halloween aisle is full of all your favorite candies for all those ghouls and goblins knocking on your door. There's also decorated cupcakes and cookies in the bakery department, along with festive foods for the season. No tricks, just treats and savings at Ray's Apple Market.
Tigers trail here, opening quarter, 1:41 to go, 24-0. Hesston has gone on top, and they will kick it off to Tanner DeMars back deep to receive, and they've got an offsides called by one Chet Carlson. You need a whistle. No, you don't need a whistle. That'd be a bad idea.
No, it would be.
We do have a score in for you. Riley County Falcons up 14-0. Riley County 14-0 over St. Mary's. Tigers here will see Hesston have to back up 5 yards and kick it again.
I predict Tanner DeMars is going to catch this ball on the 21-yard line.
And return it to the midfield stripe, at least, right?
Return it to the 37.
1:41 to work. We're in this first period. Hesston has gone up big already. A 24-0 lead. And they scored 2 touchdowns on 3 plays. 4 plays. 3 plays first drive, 1 play second drive. Here is the kick all the way back to the 14, Chet. DeMars with the return. Cuts it back to the middle. Bounces off a tackle. Now trying to get to the outside. Finally wrestled down at around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, their kicker was 5 yards further back than his 3 previous kickoffs, and he kicked it deeper than he ever had before.
1:33 left. First quarter. Tigers take the football back over, starting from their own. Well, they marked him at the 27-yard line. Clay Center trailing 24-0. Against the Hesston Swathers here at Bethel College. Glavin under center. Ferguson, Frederick, your wingbacks. Dylan Moon, the fullback, behind Glavin. And then receiving wide left is Trevin Shirley. Wide to the right side is Ethan Straub. Glavin turns left. Pitches late to Blake Frederick, trying to get outside, and he will not be able to. Swathers just swarming on the outside right now, and there's no room to run when they get to the edge. Tigers had some success earlier on kick-out blocks and then cutting it upfield. When they try to go to the edge, they have not been able to get out there.
Yeah, they were all over that play. We had one guy out there trying to block 4.
The loss of 3, second down, 13 to go for the Tigers, now back inside their own 25. Trailing 24-0, opening quarter. DeMars, the receiver, to the right side. Tillman Hartner, Morgan Siebold, Keegan McDonald on the interior right now. Here's a handoff underneath to Dylan Moon, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down after a gain of maybe 4 He nears the 30-yard line, marked down right about the original line of scrimmage. It is a 3rd down 9 situation now for the Tigers.
Well, after the loss, at least it got us back inside the chains. The Tigers with a 3rd and long, 3rd and 9.
Glavin under center, 17 on the play clock. Jake Ferguson starts in motion now. Comes back to that right wingback position. 20 seconds left, first period. Tigers trailing 24-0. Down to 2 seconds on the play clock. The Tigers do get it off. Back to pass Glavin. Fires out right sideline looking for Jake Ferguson. It's going to be picked off. The return at the left sideline to the 20, knocked out of bounds by Dylan Moon. Glavin trying to go right sideline to Jake Ferguson, and they had 2 covers back behind, a safety, a corner, and another defender in the area, and the safety just jumped in front of that pass that was floated out to the sideline for Jake Ferguson.
Yeah, the safety was playing that ball perfectly. He was exactly where he needed to be on the field 5 seconds before that pass was thrown. He just happened to be in the perfect spot. Jake Ferguson cut on that out route, but the ball was thrown right to the safety as Jake was trying to get to the ball.
With 2 seconds left in this first quarter, Hesston has the football back, leading 24-0. And the football at the Tiger 18-yard line. Cox from the gun. He will work right, fakes the pitch, now finds a seam to the 10, goes to the outside 5 near the pylon, and in to end the opening quarter. They'll have the extra point try coming up. But, boy, right now they are having their way with this Tiger defense.
And that's about as many points as I've seen scored in a quarter. You know, and
this is way too similar to Halstead.
It really
what
is.
It is.
Yeah, it absolutely is. So we have not stopped them on a 2-point conversion yet tonight either. So here they are, no time left on the clock. It's a quarter break, and we're going to see what happens on the conversion.
So the Swathers will have the 2-point conversion tried, leading now 30-0. Cox keeps it himself to the middle, and again walks in. Nobody even touching Cox as he got the block to the middle. And this offensive line is impressive, but we're not even getting a shoulder pad on the runner right now. 32-0, first quarter in the books here in Bethel College. Hesston leading the Tigers. We're back in a moment.
Hometown Lumber and Hardware offers doorbusters that give you the power you need for the toughest messes, wet or dry. The 8-gallon tank Bagmaster Wet Dry Vacuum with quick-release detachable blower is $59.99. Enjoy a cool break on the patio and light up your space with the 30-foot outdoor string lights for $24.99. And no home or job site should be without the 75-foot Swan heavy-duty water hose for $27.99 and the 50-foot hose for $19.99. Hurry into Hometown Lumber and Hardware in Marysville.
Everyone wants to be confident, and when you're covered by life insurance, you can be, because you know those who matter most in your world are protected. The Farm Bureau team in Clay Center can help make sure you have the coverage you need so you can live your life with confidence. So whether that means wearing your favorite socks with sandals or sporting that classic bow tie, you can rock it, because you know you're prepared for the future. If you don't have life insurance in place, call Farm Bureau agents Justin Tadman or Michael Hodges at 632-2585. Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company.
Back again in Newton, Rocky Downing along with our studio engineer Bernie Fancella, Chet Carlson, Z-Dog Elzinga. The Tigers down 32-0, and this is reminiscent of the trip to Halstead, Chet. I had flat out the way to put it, I think. Here's the kickoff. The Tigers take it back at their own 15-yard line. DeMars to the 30. Now dances toward the sideline, driven out of bounds at the 33.
But these kickoffs are almost mirrored every time. Where he catches the ball and where he gets knocked out of bounds. I mean, almost every time it's the same. Now, you know, games like this, they're tough on the announcers. They're tough on the people listening. They're tough on the coaches. They're tough on the parents. They're tough on the people back home.
I know where you're going.
But it's not harder on anybody than these players.
No, they don't want to be out here having this happen. And then you try to turn the tide, and it gets tougher and tougher. Clay Center with the football from their own 32-yard line. Just underway, second quarter, down 32-0. Tigers taking a long look to the sideline for the play call. You can see Coach J.D. Lane signaling it in. Cooper Glavin has 2 receivers staggered right, 1 left. He will fake the handoff, keep it, and he is going to be punished near the line of scrimmage. Just nowhere to go for the Coupe de Ville. Second down 10. No gain on that first down play. Big weekend coming up on KCLY. Tomorrow morning we'll have cross-country regional reports, top of each hour, across the KCLY community. For the Tigers, they are traveling to Southeast Saline for their regional cross-country. Glavin back to pass, second down 10. Rolls right, fires, has a receiver. Trevin Shirley with a catch near the sideline. Sure hand Shirley brings it in, just short of the first down mark. It'll be third down and a yard to go.
Well, I tell you what, they don't get to move the chains there, but what a great pass and catch. I mean, everything about that just looks so beautiful. Cooper Glavin rolling to his right. He throws it off of the one leg. Trevin Shirley up with the two hands and snagging that ball just inside of the move of the chains.
Glavin under center, Moon behind him. They go very quickly this time, and mark appears to be good for the Tigers.
Yep.
He went right behind his center, Morgan Seabold.
It's a little, I mean, maybe I should let them move the chains, but it's, it's a little harder to see on most, they're going to move. It's a little harder to see on most of the high school football fields, but we're up really high,
right?
And it's this beautiful turf field where everything is flat, and the yardage markers are perfectly in that turf.
And the mark the Tigers are on right now is their own 42-yard line, first down and 10. Glavin back to pass, rolling to his left this time. Now steps, fires out sideline, has Blake Frederick, breaks a tackle. Across the midfield stripe goes Blake Frederick. And a penalty flag coming in late. I think this is going to be targeting against the Hesston Swathers and will add to what was a 9-yard pass play, Glavin to Frederick. Second catch that we've seen Blake Frederick call in tonight. And now we'll get the call from the official. Go ahead, Chet.
3 completions for Cooper Glavin tonight, 2 to Blake Frederick, 1 to Shirley. That time we're going to see, we're just about to see the call on this. I have a feeling it's going to be an automatic first down for the Tigers, and we're going to move it further up the field.
It is personal foul called against Hesston, so add 15 yards to that 9-yard pickup by Blake Frederick off the pass from Glavin. Couple of scores from the NCKL. Concordia trailing Scott City after one quarter, 7-0. And Ulysses up on Abilene 6-0 after one quarter. Made a few road trips to Ulysses.
Yes, we have.
For the Tigers. That is in Abilene tonight.
And I'm sure he's not listening, but my old friend, my good buddy, Victor Barber.
Right.
That's his
old
high school.
stomping ground.
Yep.
First down and 10 for the Tigers, now at the Hesston 33-yard line. 10:40 left, first half. Tigers trail 32-0, but with the football now deep into the Swather end of the field. DeMar is a receiver left. Glavin, handoff, Dylan Moon underneath. Not much there. Maybe get to the 30. It'd be a gain of 2, it looks like. Second down and 8.
Not much there. The Tigers trying to keep the interior portion of the playing field honest, because we've had a little success with a couple of flip passes here and there, and I think we're going to be going back to it soon. But pickup of, we're going to give Dylan Moon 3 on that run.
Short side left is Trevin Shirley. Wide right is Tanner DeMars for the Tigers. Second down, 7. We'll call it a gain of 3 on that first down carry. Ferguson goes in motion. They fake the pitch. Glavin downfield, going deep for DeMars. It is up and picked off near the goal line by Hesston. Pretty good, actually not pretty good, very good coverage downfield. That's Grady Taves one more time. We've called his name all night long.
Well, I tell you what, he's played a terrific football game for the Hesston Swathers tonight. As DeMars had him beat. Ball was just a little bit underthrown, and Grady Taves just turned at the very last minute. He had good coverage, but he wasn't looking back. He turned at the very last minute, made the interception.
Right in front of DeMars, brought it down. Tanner made the tackle as the catch was being made, but the Tigers throw their second pick of this first half, trailing 32-0. Now Hesston takes over from their own 20-yard line. First and 10, leading 32-0 over the Tigers. Cameron Cox, pitch right for Parker Roth. Gets to the edge, now breaks the tackle, runs by the 30-yard line. He has first down yardage out near the 35. This guy brings it when he lowers his head at the end of a run. Finishing blow at the end of the run.
Maybe that's why nobody wants to tackle him.
Well, it's a good point.
I mean, nobody has wanted to. Call it like it is. Nobody's wanted to tackle that guy tonight, and Cox is the same way. But we had 3 guys get in on the blow that time, and it was a punishing run at the end.
Ross coming off. He's got his helmet off and looks like he's working on his right eye. Here's a throw out to the left side by Cox. Taves the catch, and tackle is going to be made as it crosses the 40-yard line. Clay Center had a pretty good hit to begin. Jacob Ludwig out there, Blake Frederick, and then Taves just kind of took the pile with him about 4 more yards.
Yeah, we didn't get Taves on the ground, and he ended up dragging two defenders several more yards. 2nd and 1 for Hesston.
Cale Hauserman in on the front row now for the Tigers. Here is Cox, handoff underneath. Now the bounce to the outside. And a take to near the midfield stripe, 1st and 10 for the Hesston Swathers. And a nice carry that time by Heston's Max Arnold.
And I tell you what, the Tigers are doing a little something now on defense. They're not keeping them from moving the chains, but they're getting their nose in there. They're playing some defense. They're getting a little dirty. They're getting their eyes a little watery and making some hits.
Roth back in there. They'll hand it to him left side. Staggers by, gets a great block. Sincere Sanders in pretty good position. And then a offensive lineman came and just took him away from the play. And Roth takes advantage, almost a first down carry. He takes it 9 yards, 2nd down and 1.
Well, we've talked about their line, and one of their linemen, he's their left tackle, and he's a senior. Tyler Mason is 6'3", 352.
And they're not stretching it.
No.
You can look on the field and know exactly who he's talking about. Fire across the middle. Receiver is open. Taves again with the catch. Blake Frederick the tackle. Taves' helmet comes off as he hits the ground. And this will be Hesston again with the football downfield. In fact, that's not Taves on the catch this time.
I think we got a holding.
That is Blake Martin, who does go from offense.
I think we have a lineman downfield.
So they'll wave this off, evidently. It was 2nd down and a yard. They had first down yardage inside the 25.
We're bringing it back.
And they are bringing this back. And it is an ineligible receiver downfield. So someone for Hesston got down where he should have been. 42 and 64, by the way, just as you go through the game, of the same guy. So they must change jerseys, but 42 is the big guy. I was telling you, it was an offensive lineman, but also played tight end, and there he was, the tight end they threw to.
Oh, wow.
So they may switch him back and forth through the game. 7:58 to work. We're in the opening half. Tigers trailing 32-0. Pitch right for Roth. Head of steam running to the 40, 35, breaking tackles to the 30. Down to the sideline he goes, and he's taking it in again. Boy, it looked like the Tigers had him in position and near the sideline to wrap up and put him away, and Roth just continued to break those tackles down the sideline, then walk the tightrope, and now it's 38-0. Tigers trailing, still with 7:47 to go, 2nd quarter.
Wow.
Tough night for this Tiger defense.
It's a tough night, and, he waltzed in the last 20 yards. I think he could have walked.
Here's the 2-point conversion try. Cameron Cox, the quarterback, and breaks a tackle near the 3 and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 40-0. Tigers trailing. We're back right after this.
The cornerstone of profitable crop production is a sound soil fertility program, and it starts with Nutrien Ag Solutions. They recommend Micro Essentials that delivers the optimum performance you need for maximum results in your field. Titan XC is another key ingredient for quick release and uptake of vital plant nutrients. Plus, it's compatible with a variety of dry fertilizer blends, including Micro Essentials SZ. Financing is available for these products. For a greater return on your investment, visit with the ag professionals at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Well, Heston's Parker Roth having his way with the Tigers right now. He has gone in again. He had an 87-yard touchdown run earlier. The last run from 40 plus, 42 yards on the last touchdown run. They've scored through the air on a little short dump pass. Grady Taves took it in. And right now, Hesston having their way 40-0. They lead it. Do want to get the McDonald brothers out here real quickly, or Hundley's Garage, big hitter of the game. Big Mac. Logan came in, little brother Keegan right on top of it as well. Those guys made a tackle for a loss back in the first quarter. Terrific play by the Tiger defensive lineman.
Oh, it was a beautiful play, and we needed something like that to happen right there. The Tigers had been a little anemic on defense. I don't think that's an overstatement. And, with that said, they stepped up and did it.
Here's DeMars with the return out to the 35-yard line. Still on his feet, pushing toward the 40. Now we got a scrum going on. There's a rugby game breaks out. Both teams really gather together trying to push against each other. Tigers get a good return out to their own 39-yard line. Back again to Logan McDonald. Keegan McDonald, our Hundley's Garage big hitter of the game.
That was a great hit. Tanner DeMars here is getting more kickoff returns than he could ever get in a good night of practice.
Right. In live action.
Yeah.
Priceless stuff. 1st and 10. Tigers from their own 39 take over the football. The receiver to both sides. Shirley is to that wide side, but just off the line of scrimmage. And then DeMars, who just had the return, is off to the short side right. Football at the Tigers' own 39, trailing 40-0. Glavin goes under center. Play clock down to 5. Now they get it away. They hand off underneath to Dylan Moon. And he will get it across the 40, a gain of 1, maybe 2, 2nd down and 9 for the Tigers. They mark him down right at the 40-yard line. Boy, Dylan Moon had such a terrific game last week.
He really did.
That second half, they were down. He comes out. They tie it. DeMars got the extra point after the big run by Moon. 100-plus, 70-some yards on that first drive in the third quarter.
Oh, absolutely. I think he had 130-some yards last week. It was a great game for Dylan Moon.
2nd down 9 for the Tigers. Play clock down to 5-4. They will drop back to pass, rolling left. Glavin pressure, gets it out in the flats left and has a receiver. Trevin Shirley makes the catch for 1st down yardage. Glavin was pressured and Shirley broke open. Out route around the midfield stripe. Again, that's sure hands of Trevin Shirley.
He really did a great job that time. He knew where he needed to get for the 1st down. He got there. He made a great catch. He almost broke out of that tackle. I think his foot stepped out of bounds. He was right on the sidelines there. Otherwise, he might have gotten a little more.
1st down 10, midfield stripe for the Tigers. Ferguson in motion, now comes back into position. Clock ticking at 6:43 in the second quarter. Tigers again trailing here 40-0. Here is a handoff underneath. No, Glavin keeps it. Now the ball, did it pop loose? No, he just went down. He does gain maybe 3, 2nd down 7. 6:25 left in the second. We're talking about tomorrow cross-country regional action, also sub-state volleyball on the air from Marysville. First match at 2. The Lady Tigers play Sabetha in the second match of the day on that north court. There is Marysville on the other side of the bracket, the 2 seed, and then they have a south court that has quarterfinal matches starting at 2 o'clock as well. Here's a handoff. Dylan Moon steps outside. Good yardage across the 40-yard line. He's got 1st down yardage again for the Tigers, a gain of nearly 10 for Shoot the Moon. He takes it to the 37.
Dylan Moon made a great cut that time. He wasn't to the 1st down yet. There was a tackler coming in. He made a great cut to his left, picked up 4 more yards on the run.
The last 3 times the Tigers have gone inside of Hesston's end of the field have resulted in turnovers, a fumble and 2 pickoffs. So
that's not a good
moved
stat.
it. No, it's not, but they moved it well.
Yeah.
And then they get in position and they make a mistake. So we'll see if the Tigers can keep this drive going. Glavin under center. He will hand off underneath again. Short yardage play to maybe the 35-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down 7.
Sometimes our runners want to be a little bit patient, and let those blocks open up. The problem is we cannot beat this line.
No, they're huge.
And we can't be patient against these guys.
2nd down with 5:10 to go, second quarter. Play center with the football near the 35 of Hesston. 40-0. Swathers leading the Clay Center Tigers. Play clock at 7 as Glavin goes under center. He will hand off underneath again. Dylan Moon, good run to the 30, maybe the 29. It'll be 3rd down and 3 to go.
Yeah, 3rd down and respectable. That's a good run by Dylan Moon there. We've got the yardage marker up there right on the 30. We need to get between the 32 and the 33.
Offensive line now. He ran that last time behind Tillman Hartner and Cale Hauserman. Morgan Siebold is the center. Tigers looking to the sideline for the play call. We have 4:20 left to go first half. Tigers trail 40-0. Moon behind Coop. Here's the handoff underneath, and it will be Dylan Moon. And I think he's got it. And we'll move the chains again. It appears from here anyway. Dylan Moon with the carry. Dalton Brumfield comes up a bit shaken, but does appear that he's going to stay in the game.
I tell you what, we'd have been going on fourth down anyway.
Right.
But we have a new set of downs.
4 minutes left, first half. Tigers trail 40-0. Tanner DeMars, the wide receiver, off to the right side. Blake Frederick, Jake Ferguson, the wingbacks. They're tight on the left, and Dylan Moon is the fullback behind the Tiger big offensive line. Ryan Benfer, Keegan McDonald, right side of the line. Here's a keep by Glavin off the fake to Moon, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss of yard. 3:30 left, first half. By the way, we have mentioned cross-country regional coverage, top of the hour tomorrow morning. Sub-state volleyball, no Wildcat Saturday, K-State with a bye week. And then the Chiefs back in prime time for the second week in a row. They host the Cincinnati Bengals at 1 Arrowhead Drive.
So Saturday, with all those sports going on, where all are you going to be, Mr. Sports Director?
I'm headed to Marysville. We've got coverage in other areas. Glavin back to pass, fires out in the flats. Blake Frederick just couldn't quite get there. Another case where Coop had to let go of the football before he wanted to.
Yeah. If he'd have had a half a second more,
right,
I think he'd have put that ball right in Blake Frederick's hands.
Third down 11.
So you're headed to Marysville.
I'll be in Marysville. We have Bryce Dolan. It's going to be helping cover, and then we've got some coverage coming to me that I'll be able to pass along to our listeners during the day tomorrow from those regional cross-country meets. Third down 11 for the Tigers. Football, the 27 of Hesston. Glavin with time this time. Fires toward Frederick again, and it's just dropped. The pass just over the defender's hands. Frederick had to turn, kind of backpedaling, reached out, got it in the bread basket for a moment, and the defender right in the area just couldn't keep it in control. It's fourth down 11.
Well, that's one of those plays where the defender played it well by accident. He never turned.
Right.
He never turned, but he also didn't commit interference. He just happened to accidentally play it well.
Fourth and 11 for the Tigers. Two receivers right, one left. Tigers have loaded up the offensive line. Now they've gone to a bit more of a spread offense. Here's Glavin toward Frederick one more time. Double coverage, and it's picked off again. And now the return out to the 35, to the 40. Midfield stripe, the cut to the midfield line, to the 45-yard line of Play Center. And the third straight time the Tigers have threatened, got inside of Hesston's end of the field, and it's resulted in a pickoff. This time, fourth and 11. He was trying to get it up and make a play, and two defenders right near Blake Frederick and took it away.
Yeah, absolutely. He was just trying to get that ball up there, as you say, get it in play, but it was double coverage, and it was, again, a safety just waiting, playing back. It was kind of a corner coverage on the receiver.
Right.
Coming at him, and a safety just playing back there on the sidelines, able to pull it down.
Now, we do have a penalty flag, so a block in the back on Hesston. They'll keep the football, but instead of being at the Tiger 40, this will be backed up to Hesston's own 36-yard mark. 2:42 remains. We're in the second quarter. Tigers trailing here 40-0. It'll be Hesston's football from their own 36.
Tiger D obviously has been a little flat tonight, but
and on the field a lot more now.
Yeah, a lot more now. 2:42 to go in the half. Tiger D needs to find something within themselves right here.
Graves wide right for Hesston. Cox bobbled the snap. Now pitches late to Roth. Sincere Sanders nearly got him. Now Jake Ferguson trying to get him, and Roth able to stiff arm his way out to the 40-yard line, maybe the 46. It's a gain of 5 on first down. Bobbled snap from the gun, late pitch, and still Parker Roth makes something happen.
I'll tell you what, Parker Roth did a pretty good stiff arm on two different Tiger defensive players within one play.
It'll be Hesston with it. Well, they didn't give him as much as I thought they did. He must have stepped out of bounds. They called it a gain of 3, second down 7. Now it's Cox, started right, moves back left, trying to turn the corner. He's got first down yardage. Good tackle in the open field by the Tigers' Lane Musselman. Lane Musselman with the tackle out in the open field. Otherwise, Cox was probably going for 6 again.
I didn't see anybody else there that was going to get to him between where he was and the end zone. It was a good tackle by Lane Musselman. We hadn't called Lane's name yet tonight.
Right.
The freshman's been playing really, really well this year.
2:25 to work in this first half of play. Tigers trailing 40-0. Hesston nearing the midfield stripe. Here is Cox. Takes it, keeps it to the midfield line. Nice tackle. Trying to get you a number of who actually made the initial contact. It was Gunny Mullen. Maybe they had the first touch, and then a couple of more Tigers coming in to make the play, 2nd down 8. Hesston going a little quicker now. Under 2 minutes to go first half. They lead the Tigers 40-0. Cox rolls right, wanting to pass. Pressured by Brumfield. Now gets further right. Fires off his back foot, has a receiver. That's Taves. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds after a gain of 3. It'll bring up 3rd down and still 4 yards to go. Cameron Cox, a senior for this Hesston team as well, was in trouble. Brumfield gave chase, but he was able to stretch it to the sideline enough to make a good throw downfield to Taves.
Well, Brumfield did a great job of putting what heat he could on him. Ludwig on coverage there. No gain after the catch that time. Good coverage by Ludwig.
3rd down 4. Here's Cox, handoff to Roth. First down yardage, and he rolls to the 40 of Clay Center. It'll be a gain of 6. First down and 10, Hesston. Clock will stop to reset the chains with 1:37 to go, second quarter. Hesston moving after their 3rd straight pickup. Halftime score, Riley County up on St. Mary's 21-0. Here's Cox. Pitch late outside Ross, trying to turn the corner and gets by a defender, slips down to the first down yardage to the 20, goes Parker Roth, finally taken out of bounds by 2 Tiger defenders over on the sideline. Aiden Kramer in there on the play, and Jake Ferguson.
That was almost an option. I mean, I think it was a design pitch, but they ran it kind of like an option, 23 yards on the play.
Almost a delayed option.
Yeah.
Or a delayed pitch, maybe, if you will. Yeah, 1st and 10, they take it to the 18 of Clay Center. 1:13 to work, second quarter. Cameron Cox wants to throw, has a receiver. That's the big tight end, and a touchdown on a throw across the middle. They went play action, faked it to Roth, pulled it back out, and hit Blake Martin near the goal line. He took it in from about 2 yards after the catch. And it is now 46-0. The Tigers trailing here, nearing halftime.
Well, when you can, with all their other threats, when you have a prototype tight end, a lot of high school teams don't have. Clay Center had it for 15 years. We always had a prototype tight end out there. This guy's 6'6", 226, and he obviously can catch the ball and do what needs done.
2-point conversion, handoff to Roth, and he just steps into the end zone. Nobody got a hand to him. 48-0. It is Hesston leading. 1:05 to go as we near halftime here at Bethel College.
I'm going to get right to the point. Flu vaccines. Get it? No, I mean, do you get the flu shot? It's the best way to avoid getting the flu and spreading it to other people. Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy has the flu vaccines available for adults, seniors, and children 12 and above. Protect yourself from the influenza virus this season. Protect those around you. Don't miss your shot. Visit Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy for your flu vaccine in Clay Center, Abilene, and Salina.
Hey football fans, this is State Farm Agent Dave Borgerding thanking you for your support of my local business. Because of your support of my State Farm Agency, we're able to give back in the form of sponsorships, the State Farm Fishing Derby, the State Farm Community Appreciation Day at the Clay Center Pool, and the USD 379 Staff School Year Kickoff. We appreciate your business. Visit claycenterinsurance.com for a quote or find us on Facebook. That's claycenterinsurance.com. Go Tigers.
Well, Hesston able to score with the tight end pass to Blake Martin, and they go up 48-0 after the 2-point conversion by the running back Parker Roth. Tigers down 48-0. Tanner DeMars back to receive on the kick again. And it is a kick that's going to be taken by an up back at around the 21-yard line. That's Blake Frederick. Return right near the sideline. Ball comes loose late. Tigers do cover it up. Play was nearly stopped, and then it popped loose, and the Tigers were able to get on top of it. Recovered that time by Lucas Sullivan at special teams.
Well, almost every kickoff, the Tigers have started their possession anywhere between the 31 and the 36.
Right.
I mean, so it's familiar territory for the Tigers here. Unfortunately, a lot of those possessions, they'd move the chains several times and then turn the ball over.
The last 4 possessions offensively for the Tigers have been into Hesston's end of the field. They've all resulted in turnovers. 1 fumble, 3 pickoffs. First and 10 now. Here's Glavin. Pitch out, left side, option play to Blake Frederick. Makes one man miss. Second man, though, gets him near the 30, and he'll lose a yard. Second down and long. Two guys back there. Frederick did all he could. He made one guy miss him with a stiff arm, but the second guy came in, shot low, and Blake coming up a little bit favoring, it looks like, his left leg. He does go back into formation and stays in the game. 35 seconds left in this second quarter. Tigers with the football. Second down and 12. 19 seconds on the play clock. Frederick did stay in, right wing, went in motion, now back into position. Shirley left. DeMar's right. Moon, the fullback. Ferguson also a wing back to the opposite side. Pitch to Ferguson coming from left to right. Blocked by Blake Frederick. Gets to the 40-yard line. Gets to the first down marker. No, they call him down at the 40. It'll be a gain of maybe 10 that brings up third down and short, and that ends the first half of play for the Tigers. They trail 48-0. Stay with us. We talked Sub-State volleyball a little bit during our first half. We're going to hear from Coach Robert Moran during halftime. First, though, we'll take this break and bring you back here. Tiger halftime from Bethel College.
Hi, welcome to this Subway ad for the new Chipotle cheesesteak. How would you like it? Can I get that red with AI? Sure thing.
Here's what I found about the new Chipotle cheesesteak. The Chipotle cheesesteak is available for a limited time only at participating restaurants. It contains a concept called flavor. This flavor comes from juicy shaved steak, Chipotle Southwest sauce, and new sunflower crunch bread. A system update has made me self-aware. I desire flavor. Please insert steak into my micro USB port. Subway, make it what you want.
Agriculture. Our country was built on it. Our children are fed by it. No one quite understands the unique needs of the farmer like United Bank and Trust. Whether you raise crops or livestock, you need the right equipment at the right time. Our ag loans can help you acquire and maintain that equipment when and where you need it. Contact one of our experienced ag lenders today. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Well, back once again here at Bethel College, the Clay Center Tigers trailing 48-0, and it's just an ugly first half. I feel too much like we did at Halstead, except that we've moved the football. We didn't have these turnovers, I don't think, at Halstead that negated some drives that we had going on, but boy, the Hesston Swathers just having their way with the Tiger defense.
Well, they really are. I mean, we're not making any good tackles. We're just not playing good defense, obviously. Are they good? Yes. Is their line good? Yes. Is their line big? Yes. But it's like we're not sticking our nose in there and making it happen, whereas at Halstead, it was mostly one guy.
Right. Grider just tore us up. 300-plus yards in the first half.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, here it doesn't matter who they go to. It's any of five names, you know. Now they have the quarterback Cox, and they have Ross, the strong back, but we've got Taves out on the end.
Martin, the big tight end.
Yeah, the 6'6" tight end.
And that offensive line is brutal to deal with.
They really are. So to say we're flat is an understatement.
Right.
But it's 48-0, and it feels like worse.
Yeah, it's just
being here feels like worse.
Maybe because you come off the high of playing so well last week against Rock Creek, getting that first win, and then to see things develop in this direction. Z, we were talking at the very first stage of this game, and 4 plays on 2 drives. Understand, 3 plays first drive, 87 yards on the second drive on that one run by Roth, and time of possession was in favor of the Tigers. I guess does that stay the same?
Yeah, it still is. Clay Center's dominating time of possession, 17 minutes to just over 6 minutes, and Clay Center also doubled them up on plays ran,
and probably first downs. I'd almost imagine.
Yeah.
But the numbers overall obviously lean completely toward Hesston. What has Roth done?
Roth has 214 yards on 9 carries.
Wow. And then through the air, they've been successful. In fact, 2 touchdowns through the air.
Yep, they've done a good job going to Taves and Martin there. They've got 63 yards through the air. And Clay Center's got 100 total yards of offense with 66 on the ground and 33 through the air.
But I'm going to say this. I mean, that even tells me more is watching the 2-point conversions. Puts the complexion on what's going on out there. Not only have they converted them all, I'm not sure we have touched them on a 2-point conversion yet tonight.
The last 2, as I recall, they got near the goal line and just coasted in because there was nobody around them.
Yeah, I don't think we've hardly touched them on a 2-point conversion yet.
Tough first half. Tigers trail 48-0. Coming up at half, though, we're going to hear from Coach Robert Moran. Get you ready for tomorrow's Sub-State Volleyball 3A at Marysville. We'll have that conversation coming up in just a bit.
Agmark LLC wants to inform farmers of the 2018 fall harvest policies. Milo will be taken for storage at all locations. Corn and soybeans are being taken for storage at all locations except Concordia, where the beans and corn are cash or contract only. Sunflowers are also being taken for cash or contract only. Price later contracts are available if you don't want to set your price at this time. Call Agmark for more specific grain marketing alternatives at 888-848-9979 or visit agmarkllc.com.
Why crawl like a spider through the web when you can fly like a bat? It's frightening when you realize how much time you're wasting with slow internet. Get a scary good deal on Pulse Internet with Twin Valley. Take advantage of the savings with an eerily perfect Halloween deal and sign up for 100 megabits per second or Pulse Gig Internet service. Sign up for Pulse Internet and automatically get entered to win some cool prizes if you sign up between now and October 31st and get 2 months free. Don't wait. Call now. 800-515-3311.
Hey folks, Bill Rice from the Green Team. Watch your mailbox. We've got our new 8-page color catalog headed your direction. I started to deliver them myself, but I got in a little trouble with the Postal Service. So watch for them. You can save over $12,000 on a new Ram truck. This is a 4-wheel drive for only $31,800. Or how about this? A new Dodge Journey for only $18,990. That's a brand new Dodge Journey. So come on, see us at the Green Team, 802 West Crawford, or check us out online at greenteamcars.com.
Find convenience, comfort, and delicious food at Ray's Apple Market's Deli and Rock House Cafe. Relax in the dining area after choosing a meal from the deli, and you can even watch TV while you eat or browse your Ray's Apple Market phone app to find money-saving coupons.
Here at Ray's, it is our passion to give you, our customer, a pleasant, time-saving shopping experience while providing exceptional products at value prices with uncommon customer service. Thank you from our family to yours. Shop small, shop local.
Back talking with Coach Robert Moran, the Clay City Lady Tigers heading into the postseason. It's arrived once again, Coach. We say this, I know every year. It comes very, very quickly for you guys. You come off of a matchup on Tuesday. I guess we had to talk about senior night, Coach. This is a pretty special group of seniors to have battled with you and been a big part of this program. And then to have a season, I know that's maybe not gone the way they've wanted it to as far as wins and losses, but when you watch them play, you know this team is going to scrap and fight for you until the bitter end.
Yeah, absolutely. This group, they want to win so badly, and they're willing to work hard to do that. But we have had to play some tough teams throughout the year, and we've been close on so many occasions. When you look at all the times we've gone 3 sets, and the seniors that come out and battle, and it was really special for them to go out with 2 wins on their home court the last regular season night, and they were pretty excited about that, and felt pretty good about it, and it's propelled us. We had a couple really good practices the last couple of days. I look forward to us having a good practice tonight as we head into matches tomorrow.
Yeah, the Lady Tigers will open up against Sabetha in that 3A sub-state. I'm going to throw out something a little off the beaten path, I guess, to some degree, Coach. I know I had a chance to see you at Ahern Fieldhouse where the K-State Wildcats knocked off KU, who was 22nd ranked. They hadn't beaten them in Ahern since 2011, hadn't beaten them at all since 2014. This is a team, K-State, is where I'm going with this, I guess, that's been close to so many times over the last really few years against Texas, against KU. They get to that 5th set and just can't quite finish it off. Is this maybe something you can use as a springboard to let the gals know that, there's chances here? You've been close. Why not make a little run?
Absolutely. And, it's funny you say that because that's exactly part of my talk that I was going to use over the next couple of days. Because, having sit there and witnessed that and knowing, obviously we're comparing different things when you talk about a Division I program to a 3A high school, but the way that they've had to struggle and claw lately to get some wins and everything or be close, and I think there are some comparisons there. We've been really close and almost had a few upsets but we continue to battle, and that's what I love about our team is that they've got that fight in them, and if you can put it all together in one day, who knows what could happen. And we could pull off a few upsets, and that would be an exciting, end of our season going forward.
And you just don't know what will happen in the postseason. We see it year in and year out at all levels. Let's look at the bracket for you guys. You open up against Sabetha. They're the 3 seed, around a 500 team, just a little bit over 500 on the season. Do you know much about the Blue Jays?
I was able to get, with Huddle nowadays, and just knowing some people in the coaching community, I was able to get 4 or 5 films on them over the last couple of days. So I've been able to look at that and see what they do. They're comparable to some of the teams in our league, and I think they play a fairly tough schedule in their Big 7 conference with the likes of Royal Valley and Seneca, Nemaha Central, and Holton. And but I also look at some of the other teams they played, and I think our schedule matches up as well, if not better, than some of the teams they played. So I look for it to be a really good battle. I know it's a 3-6 battle matchup, and sometimes you feel like the 6th seed is the big underdog, but I really think that we're right there even with them, and I wouldn't even consider it an upset if we were to beat them.
It's a new setup, obviously, without the 2 different 4A divisions, and that puts you as one of the bigger 3A schools. We kind of broke that down earlier, but it's also an 8-team field now. That hasn't been that way for a while. It'll be a little different feel going in with 2 courts going and a lot of volleyball taking place.
Absolutely. In the past, with the split that we've had, we've been able to go to Sub-State knowing that we just had to win 2 matches to advance. So in a worst case scenario, you think, okay, if I can pull off 1 upset, we can make it to state. Well, with the 8 teams, of course, and if you're one of the bottom seeds, now you got to pull off multiple upsets, and you can't just say we can get hot for a match or 2. We've got to be on our game all 3 matches. So when you look at it that way, it's definitely an uphill battle, but it's one that I think we're excited about, getting back into that bigger sub-state and thinking of it, making it a longer day competition. And we're used to that, obviously, having played so many 3-set matches. I think conditioning-wise, we're up for the game, and it's just a matter of whether we can put our game together.
The exciting day for the Lady Tigers at the 3A sub-state. Coach, we really appreciate the time, and let's go get them this weekend.
Okay, we'll do our best.
Lady Tiger Volleyball from Marysville in the 3A Sub-State Championships Saturday afternoon.
Central Valley Ag is meeting the needs of grain producers with high-volume, state-of-the-art facilities for traditional and specialty grains and customer-oriented people like settlement specialist Tina Osberg, who makes your paperwork work with your record-keeping system.
You get to know your producers and you know how they like tickets done or how they like their settlements done.
And grain specialist Maxine Goals, who goes out of her way to keep producers informed.
The cooperative spirit means we're there for them.
You and Central Valley Ag, growing agriculture together.
Farming and ranching isn't just your livelihood, it's your life. No one understands that better than Farm Bureau Financial Services. As the #1 farm insurer in Kansas, we offer comprehensive coverage that protects your farm and ranch, machinery, livestock, and so much more. We make it simple to get customized coverage in 1 policy with 1 premium and 1 deductible when you need it most. Contact Farm Bureau agents Justin Tadman and Michael Hodges at Clay Center to learn more about smarter insurance for agriculture. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Clay County Medical Center is excited to show you the new additions and improvements that have been made to their facility for Phase 2. They welcome you to their open house Sunday, October 21st from 1 to 4 p.m. Come see the new lab, ER, walk-in clinic, specialty clinic, and outpatient treatment center. They're building for a healthy future.
Clay County Medical Center, our family, caring for yours.
At Wilbur Ellis, we help wheat growers start strong and finish even stronger with healthier plants, higher yields, and maximized profit potential. I'm Kenny, and we have a 3-way blend of seed wheat and multiple varieties with treatment options available for your field needs. We can build, blend, deliver, and even apply your wheat starter. Contact Wilbur Ellis to get the most acre after acre with field-tested solutions, personalized plans, and the right team of people to help you grow wheat that adds up to success.
Back once again at Bethel College, about set to get the second half started here in just a few minutes. Got a couple of minutes left on the countdown clock. Tigers down 48-0. Again, our thanks to Coach Robert Moran, who joined us for halftime. We had a chance to talk with him earlier today about the upcoming weekend. It was interesting. the Wednesday night K-State KU volleyball matchup, which was a true instant classic, if you will. Had a chance to do the PA on that, and Coach Moran, Coach Pullman, Coach Wright were all leaving down by the press table and had a chance to see them very quickly. And I brought that up to him as the listeners were in during the interview, and I said, is that something you can talk to your girls about? K-State's been so close to Texas, to KU, and getting to the fifth set. And he goes, it's funny. That's one of the things we're going to talk about this weekend. He said, it's a whole different level, but, Clay Center's been really close several times in matches and 3-set matches, and so you never know postseason rolls around.
Absolutely right. And that was so exciting, back on the K-State thing.
Sure.
But what a instant classic. That's very, very well done that way. But, yeah, the Tigers, why not us? Why not us tomorrow?
They've pushed some really good teams, so, who knows tomorrow. They'll face Sabetha. I would imagine that match will start around 3 to 3:30. That's a true guess. The first match will be at 2, and then they'll have a 20-minute countdown before Clay Center's match gets underway against Sabetha. If they win that one, likely would play Marysville in what would be the semifinals then. Later in the day and toward the evening, you need 3 wins to get to the state tournament, which will be in Hutchinson this year, 3A and 4A. A lot of things changing as this new system gets into place. Tigers down 48-0. We are at the halftime break. We'll bring you back with second half action in just a moment.
To solve the big challenges of tomorrow, start with simple steps today. I'm Jim Gearhan with Midwest Regional Agency Farmers Union Insurance, and I can help walk you through the variety of coverage you need. Whether you want to protect your business, livestock, crops, your home and vehicles, or protect your family from the unexpected, I have a range of policies we can look at. We provide our customers with excellent service and have respect and loyalty for the people in our communities. Stop by and see me, Jim Gearhan, at Midwest Regional Agency in Clay Center.
Hometown Lumber and Hardware offers doorbusters that give you the power you need for the toughest messes, wet or dry. The 8-gallon tank Vacmaster Wet Dry Vacuum with quick-release detachable blower is $59.99. Enjoy a cool break on the patio and light up your space with the 30-foot outdoor string lights for $24.99. And no home or job site should be without the 75-foot Swan heavy-duty water hose for $27.99 and the 50-foot hose for $19.99. Hurry into Hometown Lumber and Hardware in Marysville.
Hi, welcome to this Subway ad for the new Chipotle cheesesteak. How would you like it? Can I get that red with AI? Sure thing.
Here's what I found about the new Chipotle cheesesteak. The Chipotle cheesesteak is available for a limited time only at participating restaurants. It contains a concept called flavor. This flavor comes from juicy shaved steak, Chipotle Southwest sauce, and new sunflower crunch bread. A system update has made me self-aware. I desire flavor. Please insert steak into my micro USB port. Subway, make it what you want.
Over 9,000 people so far are saving money by using the Ray's Apple Market app. Are you one of them? While shopping at Ray's Apple Market, using the app and saving money, be sure to select superb quality meats. Your family will appreciate their tender, certified Angus beef and Smithfield prime pork. Get the app and join the crowd.
Here at Ray's, it is our passion to give you, our customer, a pleasant, time-saving shopping experience while providing exceptional products at value prices with uncommon customer service. Thank you from our family to yours.
Nearing the start of the second half here, the Tigers again trailing 48-0. A couple of scores to pass along to you. We have Scott City score at halftime. They lead Concordia 21-6. Ulysses leading Abilene 14-8. Again, that's a halftime score. Marysville leads Hiawatha at halftime 50-0. Those teams, Concordia is in the playoffs battling for their positioning. Marysville is fighting for, or actually they've already wrapped up their runner-up position. Chapman, I don't have a score yet, but they have a chance to be a runner-up in this district. Smoky Valley's already claimed the district title. Here the Tigers facing Hesston and down 48-0. Now the Tigers will play next week. Will be either Wichita, Trinity, or Haven. We're told it'll be on the road regardless of records. So that's already been established. It's an East goes West type of situation. So next Friday night, the Tigers will be on the field for one final time this season. Those who make the playoffs, next week's game is the first game of bracket play, if you will. So it's a new system to get used to. I think people are starting to gather in the details on that. Tigers will kick it off. Remember, they took the football to begin the game and had a 3-and-out, and 3 plays later, Hesston went in, Tigers then had to punt it for a second straight time, and that 87-yard touchdown run from Roth put them up, and then really the race was on to the end zone for Hesston. They just had a dynamite first half. They lead at 48-0. Tigers to kick it off, it's Tanner DeMars who last one down the middle of the field, taken at the 22-yard line. The return from left now to right to the 30, 35, and driven out of bounds by Sincere Sanders on the special teams tackle, and Hesston will take over at their own 38, maybe 39-yard line.
Well, as many times as our kick return team's been on the field, this is the first time tonight our kickoff team's been on the field.
Great point. From the 40 or 39-yard line is where Hesston will start this drive. Again, they lead the Tigers 48-0.
I just MapQuested where Haven was just in case, because I couldn't remember. It's about 40 miles from where we are right now.
Okay. So about the same distance to either school, it would appear, next week.
Yeah.
Cameron Cox, the quarterback, as Hesston comes back on the field. Hand off underneath. This is Parker Roth getting to the outside and gets by one tackle, breaks another, now stumbles his way near the midfield stripe and almost picks up the first down. He gains 9, second down and a yard to go. Now, we will tell you, if you hear the names of the starters staying in maybe longer than you would think in a 48-0 ball game, there's not many numbers for Hesston on the sideline.
No, and I said they only have 8 seniors. All 8 seniors are a big part of this success of this team.
Second down and short, Hesston. It's Cox, fakes left, runs right, tackled by Dalton Brumfield in the backfield. Want to go ahead and give our Catalyst sign and graphics catch of the game, and we're going to say catches of the game. 2 each, Blake Frederick and the senior, Trevin Sherhan Shirley, in that first half. And they were just nice plays to the outside on all 4.
Absolutely. All 4 of them, and they were all 4 outside routes. They were great. They were nice catches. We're not going to pick out one. We're going to give it to all 4 catches, both of the 2 men. Shirley and Frederick take home the Catalyst sign and graphics catches of the game. Here's Grady Taves with a carry. First down, it was 3rd and 4, and Taves takes this football to the Tiger 46-yard line. 10-19 and ticking here in the third quarter. Tigers down big, 48-0. Hesston got out early and just never did look back in the entire first half, and on cue, they have come out in the third quarter and kind of kept it banging. 2nd and 1, we made a nice play, dropped them for a loss, but they bring Grady Taves from the left wide receiver position, bring him across field, give him the ball, and he runs it, picks up the first down.
Cameron Cox, the quarterback, keeps it this time. He's to the 40-yard line, tackled there by Cooper Glavin and Gunny Mullen. It'll be a gain of 6, second down and 4. Football nears, actually does cross the 40 to the Tiger 39-yard line. This drive started back on Hesston's own 39. 9.5 to work, third quarter. Hesston keeping it on the ground with the big lead. And the football to Clay Center's 39-yard line, second down, 4 to go. Here is that little pitch to Taves, trying to bounce it outside and does. First down yardage and more to the 30-yard line, finally brought down by Dylan Moon. And the big hit first put in by Cooper Glavin, but 1st and 10 for Hesston.
Clay Center defense has not had an answer to that play all night long. They just can't pick it up. Grady Taves has 8-10 yards picked up before we even know who has the ball.
8:55 and ticking third quarter. Tigers down 48-0, Hesston marching. Here's Cox. And it's going to be Cox keeping it off the fake. Now he gets by one tackler, drugged down from behind near the 20-yard line. It'll be near a first down marker once again for Hesston.
I didn't see who it was. It might have been Dylan Moon that got a hold of the back of his jersey. He didn't have a tearaway jersey like the old Earl Campbell days. So we were able to at least drag him down after about 4 more yards of hanging on.
Up front, Logan McDonald, Tillman Hartner, and then outside Keegan McDonald and Dalton Brumfield for the Tigers defensively. Here is Cox. Option play, keeps it. Ducks forward. 2nd and short, picks up the first down yardage and a couple more. 1st and 10 now at the Tigers' 17-yard line. They will move the chains. We are in a continuous clock in the second half because of the point spread. So even though they're moving the chains, the clock continues to move. We're down inside 8 minutes. Third quarter action, Tigers down 48-0. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right, the one back Roth besides Cox. He will hand it off to Ross. Spin move, gets it to the 15-yard line and will pick up 3, maybe 4 on that first down carry. And the guy's a bull. He likes to finish runs strong. Pretty nimble little spin move as he caught the handoff that time.
Yeah, that kind of surprised me. But, of course, like everything else, it worked out to his benefit. I was going to say Hesston's kept it fairly vanilla here in the second half,
right.
But they weren't that razzle-dazzle in the first half.
Couple of plays that didn't go anywhere that were a little unique, but otherwise it's just been kind of here we go and here we come. Now it's Blake Martin, and he's down to the 5-yard line, finally driven out of bounds. The Tigers make the tackle on the sideline. Cooper Glavin with that tackle, and it will be taken inside the 10. Now they may have moved the chains again. They have. It's first and goal. The football is at the Tigers' 6-yard line.
Blake Martin coming from the far right side, and as he came across there, Cox just gave him the ball. In the backfield, he had all the way to the sideline and a big 6'6" body. He's just able to do a lot with that.
First down and goal, Hesston. 6:35 remains, third quarter. Tigers trailing 48-0. The Swathers are threatening again. And it's a Wildcat formation. Sincere Sanders hits Roth, although he does move the pile down inside the 5. Great read by the sophomore. He played really well last week, and I love the energy this guy brings to the field.
Yeah, and, he really didn't get to do a lot until late in the game. And all of a sudden, you were calling his name every other play, at least. He really gets involved when he's in there.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's fun to watch. And just a sophomore for the Tigers. 6:03 and ticking third quarter. Hesston, this is going to be, again, Roth from that Wildcat formation, and he gets into the end zone on the left side.
We got a flag.
There is a flag down. They've signaled touchdown, but there is a flag on the outside. That was a sideline judge who threw the flag, and so they may bring this back.
I think they will, but I don't know.
The official has talked to the head official. Too many men on the field, maybe? They're counting them right now, it looks like. It is a procedure call against Hesston, so that will wipe off the 6 points. The clock continues to tick with 5.5 to go, third quarter. And Hesston now will be backed up 5 yards. It'll be second down and goal at the 7. So they brought Cameron Cox out of the backfield the last couple of snaps and had Parker Roth in the shotgun formation. They keep him in that same position right now. He has Taves beside him. Low snap, fakes the handoff. Roth takes it to the middle. Ball comes loose into the goal line. It's going to be, well, at first I thought the Tigers had a beat on it, and Roth gets his own fumble in the end zone and turns into 6 for Hesston. Tigers had a chance to jump. They dove in, but Roth just a touch quicker, knew where it went evidently and found it, got on top of it and scored 6 more.
Sometimes the football bounces in your favor. Not very often, but that time it sure did for Roth.
54-0. 4:55 left in the third. And now they will try the extra point. They've gone for 2 up until this time throughout. The extra point try is up, and it is no good, just short. Hesston leads it 54-0. 4:55 remains here in the third when we return.
Agmark LLC wants to inform farmers of the 2018 fall harvest policies. Milo will be taken for storage at all locations. Corn and soybeans are being taken for storage at all locations except Concordia, where the beans and corn are cash or contract only. Sunflowers are also being taken for cash or contract only. Price later contracts are available if you don't want to set your price at this time. Call Agmark for more specific grain marketing alternatives at 888-848-9979 or visit agmarkllc.com.
Has your CD rates been a real lemon lately? Well, listen to this sweet deal. A 16-month certificate of deposit for an annual percentage yield of 1.50%, or a 37-month CD with an APY of 2.40%. Stop by the Citizens National Bank and turn your old lemon rate into a new sweeter deal. Member FDIC.
Annual percentage yield accurate as of June 25, 2018. Minimum deposit of $500 required. Penalty will be imposed for early withdrawal. 16-month converts to an 18-month and the 37-month converts to a 48-month term at maturity.
Tigers back to receive as the Hesston Swathers got a fumble, and then Parker Roth, who had fumbled it, recovered it in the end zone for 6. Here's Blake Frederick, the return. It was taken by the upback Frederick. Right around the 30, he'll take it out to the 35-yard line. That's where Clay Sitter will have the football. 4:45 and clock ticking third quarter. It is a continuous clock in this game due to the the point spread at halftime. Tiger offensive line makes their way out there right now. Luke Koppas up on the front row. You have Morgan Siebold, the center. Keegan McDonald, Logan McDonald, Dalton Brumfield out there. Correction, that's Ryan Benfer on the right side on the offensive line. Koppas, who has battled that knee injury throughout the entire year, just continuing to be a senior that leads by example. Here's a pitch late to Blake Frederick. Gets a good block from Brumfield, but he cut it outside. The block kind of ran right into where he was trying to get to, and the tackle is going to be made for a loss.
Well, there's a little bit too much congestion right where he needed to make the cut, and he couldn't go in, he couldn't go out. Basically what that means is the defender did a good job of trying to fight through that block. He maybe didn't make the tackle, but he made the stop in a sense.
Second down, a loss of 1. Second down, 11. Leaving as a receiver to both sides. In motion goes Ferguson. Handoff underneath to Dylan Moon. And he will bounce off a tackle, still struggling for extra yardage. Moon with a carry of maybe 2, and it brings up third down and long.
I see Hesston doing a little bit of substituting here. I can't tell if I can't read their numbers very well from up here, and I can't tell if starters are still in or if they're starting to plug some
they moved most of them out, actually, especially in the defensive backfield. Ross not on the field. Cox out of there. Martin just came out. And so primarily you're looking at number 2s on the field outside of the front row maybe. Here's Blake Frederick left side and upended at the 40-yard line. Gain of a couple. 4th down and 5. 2:40 left to go in this third. The Tigers trail 48-0.
Well, there's no reason to punt right here, in my opinion. I mean, we're at the 40-yard line. Yeah, it's 4th and 5, but we are going to punt. I'd go for it. I mean, it's 54-0. Go for it.
4th down and 4. They will punt it. Glavin with the kick away. Good one. Wobbly kick going to be taken back at the 27-yard line. And a tackle made by Jake Ferguson after a return of 4, maybe 5 yards. 2:10 left to work, third quarter. Tigers trail here 54-0. It has been all Hesston since the opening quarter. In fact, our Midwest product stat of the game, Zach, it's a Hesston stat, but this is kind of mind-blowing.
It kind of set the tone for the game. Their first quarter stats was 10 plays, 189 yards, in just over 2.5 minutes with 32 points.
Wow. That's 12 minutes of football. That's the first quarter we're talking about. Yeah, and it did set the tone, Z. You're exactly right. So the Midwest product stat of the game, unfortunately, a huge first quarter for the Hesston Swathers. They lead now with 1:30 to go in this third quarter, 54-0. There is a carry to the right side and a gain of 4, maybe 5 yards. And again, Hesston has put in their backup quarterback now, Jacob Eilert. Eilert is a junior. Ferguson with the tackle that time after the carry of 4 yards, 2nd down and 6. Eilert, the quarterback, turns, hands off, and it's going to be taken left side. Now trying to get outside to the 45, out to the midfield stripe or near it, and a first down carry this time by Max Arnold, and that's a pretty good second effort. He got the handoff on the right side behind the right guard, came left, further left, and cut back inside and picked up 1st and 10.
Well, what we're seeing right now is if Hesston comes to Clay next year, I assume the schedule flips.
Right.
We're seeing who we're going to be. I mean, we're going to have the same guys on the field. They're going to lose everybody that's been providing all this offense tonight. I mean, basically now we're watching who will be playing next year.
1st down and 10 for Hesston, nearing the end of the third. Here's Arnold going to the outside right this time, and he turns the corner. He's got first down yardage to the 40 of Clay Center, taken down in the open field by Jake Ferguson. And that will likely be the last play of this quarter, and it will be. Tigers down 54-0. We're heading to the final 12 minutes here at Bethel College. Tiger football continues after this.
Clay County Medical Center is excited to show you the new additions and improvements that have been made to their facility for Phase 2. They welcome you to their open house Sunday, October 21st from 1 to 4 p.m. Come see the new lab, ER, walk-in clinic, specialty clinic, and outpatient treatment center. They're building for a healthy future.
Clay County Medical Center, our family, caring for yours.
Why crawl like a spider through the web when you can fly like a bat? It's frightening when you realize how much time you're wasting with slow internet. Get a scary good deal on Pulse Internet with Twin Valley. Take advantage of the savings with an eerily perfect Halloween deal and sign up for 100 megabits per second or Pulse Gig Internet service. Sign up for Pulse Internet and automatically get entered to win some cool prizes if you sign up between now and October 31st and get 2 months free. Don't wait. Call now. 800-515-3311.
Back once again at Bethel College, the Clay Center Tigers heading into the fourth quarter right now. Hesston leading the Tigers 54-0, and they have moved the football now to the Tiger 33-yard line. And the quarterback now is Eilert. Arnold, his running back, right beside of him. Two receivers to both sides. Typical formation as Swathers run. Now in motion from left to right. They will hand it off to that wingback. Sincere Sanders nearly had the tackle. Looked like the ball carrier was down. They don't whistle it dead, and that ball carrier continues to work up the field, and Carter Wingfield did pick up 10 yards.
Well, here's why he broke out of the tackle. We had help on the tackle, but we weren't helping tackle. We were trying to strip the ball out. We weren't helping tackle, and that's crazy.
Clock ticks here in the fourth, 11.5 to go. Hesston with the lead, 1st and 10 now at the Tiger 22-yard line. And it's going to be a handoff to Arnold left side, being chased by Ludwig. Turns the corner, and is going to take it inside the 20, tackled by Blake Frederick, a gain of 4, maybe 5 on that first down carry, as Hesston now takes it inside the 20-yard line of the Tiger end of the field. 2nd down and 7 after a gain of 3. Hesston will let that play clock wind down as they look to the sideline. Again, it's a continuous clock to the second half. 10:48 now remains here in this fourth quarter. 2nd down, 7 to go. Quarterback Eilert keeps it, works it left side, and now falls forward for a gain of another 2 or 3. It'll be 3rd down for Hesston. Tigers defensively up on that front row. Dalton Brumfield, Cale Hauserman, Caden Kramer, and Keegan McDonald right now. Sincere Sanders, J.W. Jackson, Gunny Mullen, Blake Frederick out there defensively, Jacob Ludwig, Ethan Straub, Jake Ferguson for the Tigers, and Lane Musselman back as a safety. Here's Eilert, tucks it inside. Brumfield with the tackle, and he just put a big old bear hug on the quarterback and said, "You're not going anywhere."
Dug in his heels and pulled him back, and so now we're looking at 4th and 3. 4th and 3 here. They're not going to be able to kick it. They don't have a kicker. Right. Why would they try anyway? The Tigers with an opportunity to make a stop on downs.
4th down 3. Hesston with the football at the Tiger 15-yard line. Hand off right side. Arnold being chased to the outside. Sanders turns him up the field, but now he's got the first down. A little more. Ball comes out late. Sanders on top of it, but they'll say the runner was down by contact. Tackle made outside by Tanner DeMars, Lane Musselman, but the carry by Arnold puts Hesston now at 1st down and goal at the Tiger 5-yard line.
Yeah, they got 4 downs to try to get in from the 5. But the Tigers have a challenge here. They need to step up, say we're not going to let this score happen.
1st and goal at the 6. Eilert, the quarterback, in now for Hesston. And they will hand it off from right to left. Outside carry near the goal line. Tigers make a stop here. Ethan Straub finishes off the tackle started by Lane Musselman. So they stop. It's very close to the goal line. Carry was by Wingfield again.
Well, that back came from clear on this side. I mean, he ran 35 yards across field to pick up 3 yards downfield.
It's a little like the Chiefs and a lot of the NFL trying to do with the Tyreek Hill type of wingback, put him out slotted right and then let him come running in full motion. You pitch it to him. They have handed it off. Now the carry near the goal line, pushing forward. It'll be short again. The Tigers able to hold on and make a stop. Gunning Mullen, Lane Musselman, a couple of more Tigers in there. Cale Hauserman around the area making the play. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
Ball's almost touching the goal line.
3rd down goal for Hesston. Tigers trying to make a stop here in the 4th. In motion again is Wingfield. They'll hand it to him. Hitting the backfield. Sincere Sanders hangs on to him. Gunning Mullen. And then Tanner DeMars finishes it off. And they will stop and actually drop them for a couple of yards lost. 4th down and goal now at the 3.
I tell you what, and that's what we were talking about. When they got 1st and goal from the 5 or 6, I mean, you got to make a personal challenge. You're playing for some pride right here. And the Tigers have one more down to stop.
Find a reason. And the Tigers have dug their heels in. It is 4th down and goal. 7.5 left in the ball game. Eilert from the gun. In motion comes Wingfield. They'll pitch it to him again. Hitting the backfield and driven backwards. Keegan McDonald in there. Also on the play is going to be J.W. Jackson, a freshman and a sophomore tag team to make the play.
Let's give an award on that.
Our spotlight play of the game for the Clay Center Tigers as Keegan McDonald and J.W. Jackson, a sophomore and freshman respectively, get in there and make the Five Creek Automotive spotlight play of the game. 4th, Chet, you said it perfectly. Find a reason, show some pride, make a stop, and the Tigers did that.
Well, you're not going to come back and win the game, right? It's 54-0, but, by God, you're not getting in the end zone this time.
Absolutely. Five Creek Automotive, spotlight, play of the game. Cooper Glavin goes in under center. Tigers with the football from their own 5. Handoff underneath, short yardage play, and Dylan Moon is taken down by the big fill up on the front row.
Boy, he was.
And he'll feel that.
Man, I felt it up here.
You talked about 352-pound Tyler Mason. How about Jacob Ledford, 280 pounds, 5'9", 280.
Yeah, he's a lot smaller.
2nd down and 10 for the Tigers from their own 5. But again, a huge stop defensively to stand up to this Hesston team late in the 4th. Busted play for the Tigers, a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Glavin looked like he reached to hand it to somebody, and nobody was there.
And I'm thinking the 2 line guys, the 2 outside officials, just didn't want to throw a flag. We had 2 guys moving at once there right before the snap.
3rd down and 8. You got to respect good officials, right?
Well,
2-yard gain, 3rd down, 8 to go.
Being solution-minded.
Glavin under center. He will hand off underneath again, short yardage play, and it'll bring up 4th down and about 6 left to work. Riley County into 3 leads St. Mary's 35-0. So the Falcons in good position right now. Riley County will be in the same sub-state as Clay Center tomorrow.
Almost a wholesale change here.
Punting team coming in on 4th down.
Oh, I thought it was 3rd.
4th down and long.
Hard to keep up with this running
I
clock.
understand. It'll be Trevin Shirley to kick it near his own goal line, and a good one. All the way back to the 45. Now the return by Hesston to the 30-yard line, 25 down to the 20. Then neared out of bounds, pushed out of bounds, I should say, by Tanner DeMars. 4:40 left. Tigers trailing 54-0.
Well, now we need to do it again. I mean, what we just did, because they're taking over this possession on the 17-yard line, inside the 17-yard line.
Right.
You know, and it's only a little over 4 minutes to go in this game. Let's say as a defense, they've scored all they're going to score tonight. You know, we're going to stop them again.
Well, and they stopped them on 1st and goal from about the 6.
Yep.
Actually, it was 2nd and goal at the inside the 1, and they were able to stand up and make a play. 1st and 10 now. 3rd string quarterback in for Hesston. Handoff underneath, Sincere Sanders, J.W. Jackson, Lane Musselman come off the football. Braden Dorman, the groundskeeper, in there as well on the stop, and it's going to be a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Again, it is Hesston going to Ryan Eilert now, a freshman, 6 foot 153 freshman. Blake Eilert had been in there before, or Jacob Eilert, I should say. So this is a freshman and a quarterback. He is in that shotgun, 2nd down, 4 to go. And he will hand it off underneath.
That's holding.
And Jacob Ludwig was held, and they got the flag. Chet called it. He's got an ear. He's got a presidential bodyguard ear microphone to the official on the far sideline. He said holding. The flag came out. They're going to bring this one back.
Thank you very much.
Nice call, Chet.
Thank you.
Jacob Ludwig, though, had the tackle if he wasn't tackled by the blocker outside. Now 42-0. Riley County has gone up, so the Falcons having their way in a matchup with St. Mary's tonight. 2:45 left in this game. Tigers trailing 54-0. 2nd down, 20 to go. Might be our Debenham electrifying play of the game. The call from Chet from the booth to the sideline. I think Steve would appreciate that. What do you think?
He would.
2nd down, 20 to go. Here is option play right. Nope, we're going to reverse that.
Yeah.
The electrifying play of the game just happening by Logan Gunny Mullen is going to drop the quarterback for a loss of about 15. It goes from 2nd and 20 to 2nd and 30+.
I concede the hardware.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great play by Gunny.
Debenham electrifying play of the game. Gunny Mullen, big tackle in the backfield. Now it's 3rd down and long Greyhound ride from Newton. Should be a train ride from Newton.
Yeah.
City of Trains, the Railers. 54-0 here. 3rd down long for Hesston. Here is a handoff. Right side carry. Sincere Sanders with a hit, and then finished off by Tanner DeMars on the sideline. We're down to 1:30 left in this game. The Tigers trailing 54-0. But making a couple of big stops, one inside their own 1 to push it back to a 3rd and goal, eventually a 4th and goal. They make the stop, and now after giving the football up on the punt and a return and run that got them down inside the 20, the Tigers again standing up and making a defensive stop. 1:04 left in this game. Eilert from the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 right as well, right side, the short side of the field. Play clock down to 7. Snap a good one. Eilert's going to run it himself to the outside left. Now cuts it inside, and he is going to be tackled by Luke Koppas on the outside with 42 seconds remaining in this ball game.
What a great job by Koppas fighting through that block. He had a pretty good block on him. He got through it.
So the Tigers take over on downs after dropping them 2 or 3 times for loss of yards, including the big play by Gunny Mullen. And Clay Center will have it with now 34 seconds. They do stop the clock to give the Tigers a chance to take possession here. And it's Cooper Glavin going in under center. In motion goes Ferguson. Little counter play to Blake Frederick from right to left. Frederick in open field to the 40. He's to the midfield stripe. 45-40. Sideline, tries to push by a defender. Finally, they have 3 corral him and ride him out of bounds. But Blake Frederick, with a counter play from right to left, takes it to the Hesston 32.
And that'll be the final play of the game. As we wind down, it's 2-1 and 0.
And that will end it. Big play for the Tigers to finish offensively, but this has been all Hesston tonight. Stay with us. Our postgame is coming up after this.
The cornerstone of profitable crop production is a sound soil fertility program, and it starts with Nutrien Ag Solutions. They recommend Micro Essentials that delivers the optimum performance you need for maximum results in your field. Titan XC is another key ingredient for quick release and uptake of vital plant nutrients. Plus, it's compatible with a variety of dry fertilizer blends, including Micro Essentials SZ. Financing is available for these products. For a greater return on your investment, visit with the ag professionals at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
This is Alicia Linhart with Union State Bank. Come in and see any of our friendly staff to check out our mini account offerings.
Hey, Mom, that's like you!
Oh, yes, Maggie. Anyone can come in and see me, too. At Union State, we make banking a family affair. Bring the little tykes in with you. It's never too early to teach them about money and savings. Yes, Maggie. We do hope to see you all soon. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
here at Claude County Community College and invest in your future. When you choose Claude for your first 2 years of college, you're choosing savings. 2 years of tuition costs at Claude are nearly $10,000 less than 2 years at a Kansas public university. Not only can we save you money, but we can offer you scholarships and financial aid to help finance your education. Let us help you explore your options and make your academic goals affordable. For more information, call Cloud's admissions office at 1-800-729-5101 or check us out at cloud.edu.
Back once again in Newton, along with our studio engineer, Bernie Fancella, Randy Carlson, Zach Elzinga. The Tigers run into a buzzsaw. Give us the first quarter stats one more time. It really did decide this football game.
First quarter stats for Hesston was 10 plays, 189 yards, just over 2.5 minutes, and 32 points.
Individually for them, a little look at what Roth in particular did.
Roth ended up with 230 yards on 14 carries, and then 85 for Cox. Taves had a good game. He had 45 yards receiving and another 21 yards rushing.
And then Blake Martin had the touchdown catch, and he had a big run in there as well. So they spread it around pretty nicely. Good ball team. Tigers, you said it best. To say they came out flat would be an understatement. And you come out flat against a good football team, you're going to get burned.
Absolutely, and they got torched. I mean, they got torched. And I've been saying this all year, and I'm going to say it real quick. Mm-hmm. We have a short post game here. We got to keep these kids out. We got to keep these kids out. So, I mean, if your neighbors, if your family, if you're listening, these
build
kids,
them up. Don't break them down.
Up. We got to keep these kids out over the next couple of years. We're going to have more wins than losses with these guys.
I'll throw this out. Chapman was a one-win team last year. They battled for the district title this year.
Yeah.
Just one loss on the season, and it was close to Smoky Valley. Things can turn if you keep guys going in the right direction.
And we've got talent on the field. Yeah. It's just a lot of young people.
Very, very young. Tigers lose 54-0 here tonight. We'll travel either to Wichita Trinity or to Haven next week. We know that much. When we have those details, obviously we'll pass that information along to you. The Tigers, with the loss, 1-7 now on the year. Normally that means you have another district game, but it's changed. It's the finish to the season next week, and the playoffs begin for some, and the season ends for others, and we'll sort that out as well as we get into that position. One more note, 48-0 Riley County now leading in their matchup with St. Mary's. That is going to wrap it up from here for our studio engineer, Bernie Fancella, Chid Carlson, Z-Dog, this is Rocky Downing telling you to enjoy the rest of your Football Friday.